We are here in the Queen of Hope Street. This is the post-match pint. My name is Stewart, and Liverpool did not get the job done today. They drew 1-1. I've got Ben Jono and Stu Wright with me, and we've been just sitting here before the show started trying to work out how we feel about this game. I'm not 100% sure. Stu, for me, it's one of those where the way that we started in the first half could have been seen as a good one if we won it, but when we don't win it, it kind of causes questions. It's a difficult one to assess, but ultimately, Liverpool didn't do enough to win that football game.
No, I didn't think we were very good, to be honest with you. And I know not everyone totally agrees with me on that, but I think a game like that, their job as Luton Town is to make that into a contest. Our job as a team who's got pretensions of hopefully making a title challenge is to make it a no contest.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of this game now, it's about them. It feels all the coverage is going to be about them and how close they were and everything. And actually, it should never have got that far. But I do think that you've got to put it into a little bit of context of there's going to be, with a new Liverpool team, like we've seen develop, it'd be naive to think that every game is going to be, a walk in the park. There's going to be games over the course of this season as this team develops and finds its feet. They're going to have hurdles that they don't quite get over. It was good that they showed the mentality to come back and get a point out of the game. And I'm sure we'll talk about the circumstances of that in a minute. But if we're looking at Liverpool to have genuine title aspirations, if we're looking for them to be the finished article, which, as I said, we're not at this stage, and that's okay, then you can't look at that and think we played well. We've got to do more. There's too many players, I think, today who were off it. Yeah. And there's loads of mitigating reasons for that, but I think it's on us to go there and put them to bed. We started well. I thought you were right. I think we started well in the first half, but it wasn't long before it felt like we were getting dragged down a little bit to their level, and it became very, very scrappy. Loads of passing wasn't quite right. Loads of passes behind players instead of in front of them. Space was dead hard to find, and I just think there was too many times. I mean, there was signs early on where we were shooting from distance. And we were getting, frustrated far too early in the game instead of just playing, instead of just trusting ourselves to play the game and be better than them. Yeah. So frustrating. Good that we've come out with a point, but still very, very frustrating.
No, I'm the same. Have a sip, you'll feel better. But no, we have been spoiled a little bit, Ben. I think we've been ahead of schedule, so to speak, in this whole new rebuild, and Stu's right, there's been a lot of lads who've taken a lot of credit over the course of this early part of the season who didn't perform today, and it's fair to mention that, but as we mentioned, it is still early, they are still getting together. To expect them to be perfect every game is maybe a little bit too much at this stage?
Yeah, it is. And I agree with what Stu says in his summary of the game, but I also think this is one of them weird games where you can agree with that viewpoint, but also sit here and go, well, actually, Liverpool do enough to win the game if they take the chances.
If they take the chances.
And you played that game 50 times, you probably win it 45.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
and so
fair.
you go, so you can say, yeah, it's, I agree, Liverpool have got to force it, and Liverpool have got to put them out of it and not give them any hope. I think they're almost perfect first half, Liverpool. They were fucked.
Yeah.
And Liverpool had them where they wanted them, and then didn't really play very well second half. I thought they were just a little bit sloppy. As there's balls behind people, we just weren't great.
Yeah, and I mean, it's that stage of the season where we've had a lot of games, so it's not surprising to see it kind of catch up with it. But you're right on the fact that they were tired. Like, there was a spot about half an hour in, Ross Barkley, and he looked absolutely goose. And I thought, okay, well, early second half, like 45 to 60, that's where we make our advantage. But that's where they came back into the game, Stu. And it was almost a bit like we knew we had to be patient going into the game. We knew we had to play our football and eventually it would get there. But maybe that cost us a little bit in urgency.
Yeah, no, I think the longer the game goes on, where you don't put away the chances that you do have, that you do manage to forge in what is a very, very difficult ground, everything's dead tight. Yeah. And when you do get those opportunities, you've got to put them away. And we had some real gilt-edged opportunities in that game. But the longer it goes on that you don't do that, you give the opposition hope. Yes. You give them hope, you give them belief that it might just be their day.
YouTube Press the button, become a member of the Anfield Wrap from the heart of the city of Liverpool. The best way to enjoy all your Liverpool-based videos, everything you need, every single day. It is the Anfield Wrap.